just that discomfort of not getting the paycheck every month, which I was used to. And now you are your own machine and you gotta make the money, and that was a bit tough for me because I was just used to get
3, 2, 1, action. Mpho Sebina.
What up?
Welcome to the 20th Avenue podcast, Mami.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Due to time, let's get straight into business. Yeah. Oman.
Nah.
Yeah.
My name is Mpho Sebina. I am a Motswana melodist, songwriter, born and raised and bred in Botswana. This is my home. I grew up here. I've lived here all my life. I only left to go and study international business when I was about 17, 18 years old. And that was a great experience. I enjoyed university. I enjoyed being in a different country, different land. And that's where I started experimenting with music and writing. And, that's when I started dreaming about, becoming an artist and, exploring my voice and recording. I'm a melodist. I'm a songwriter. I'm a daughter. I'm a cousin. A lover of art, a lover of life. I am a woman. I am a human being on planet Earth. And that's who I am.
Yeah, every woman.
I am every woman.
Nice. All right, so when does the love of music start? Like, how does it start?
With my family. I come from a family of music lovers. So, when we're hanging out with the family, it was always Miriam Makeba in the background, UB40, Bob Marley, Brenda Fassie. I grew up in the 80s, so, I was born in 89. So it was a lot of those sounds, and, we all loved music. There was always music playing, and my older sister is also a music lover, so she influenced me a lot. She introduced me to the R&Bs and the Mariah Careys, and I've always, I think it's from my family.
Dude, you're so calm.
I get that a lot, but my close friends will tell you that I'm a psychopath.
Yeah,
they think I'm crazy. But I'm calm.
I've seen the other side of you.
Where?
Story for another day. Okay, so when did you decide to do it professionally? Because I'm sure, if I recall, you started off working in a marketing agency.
Yes, so I worked a bit after I graduated from university. I worked in film and television for a little bit, and then I went into advertising. I was at Voodoo Advertising. Shout out Voodoo Advertising. I learned a lot there, and they're still very close friends of mine. And it was there where I was just like, I don't care about the color of this lady's keychains for real. And is this really going to be my life forever until I die? And I was like, okay, what do I love? What would I love to do? And it was music, and I was already, in studio recording at the time. And then I was like, okay, let me see what would happen if I put all my energies into the music from 8 to 5, And I made the decision to quit my job. I got my parents' blessing, and I did that. And that was a few years ago. I think maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember because I was the first person to do an interview with you.
Crazy.
Yeah. But then you had natural hair, you like those Black Panther sisters, looking like those Black Panther sisters.
I relaxed my hair this year.
Yeah. So when you took that bold decision of leaving your 9 to 5 so that you venture into music, were your friends, family, and significant others supporting that motion?
Yeah, they were. I think they were. I had my parents' blessing, so I didn't really care or hear what anybody else had to say. So I have no idea if they were supportive. Definitely my first show, my whole family was there. My friends were there. So, let me not even say I don't care because they've been with me, from the jump.
So didn't you face which obstacles did you face? You definitely faced which obstacles did you face?
Where's the money, guys? Just that discomfort of not getting the paycheck every month, which I was used to. And now you are your own machine and you gotta make the money, and that was a bit tough for me because I was just used to getting paid normally, and now I don't have a job, kind of. So that was one of the challenges. And also I think maybe the time that I started making music, the industry in Botswana wasn't, I don't know, I don't think they had room for me, an artist like me, I think, in the beginning. So that was quite a challenge. A lot of people didn't understand the kind of music that I was making. But hey, we are here now, and that was 6 years ago. So that was one of the challenges. And I think also just not being educated in music and music business and how it works. So that's been fun to learn and good to learn, yeah.
Okay. So speaking of obstacles, I remember the story that you once told me. Yeah, that same day when we had the first interview.
Okay.
By then you're now recording with Favi.
Yes.
One of our best producers in the country.
Yes.
You told me that before you met Favi, you were recording with other guys and things did not go well because they were expecting sexual favors from you.
Oh, hectic. That's what it felt like at the time, I think there was a lot of emotions and egos involved. So I had to walk away from that, and I was like, bro.
What was guys, by the way?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Alright, because the reason why I'm talking about about raising this up, it's a problem that a lot of young and upcoming ladies go through when they're in the music industry. Yeah, and also you're a good-looking woman. And
okay, thank you.
Every guy in the studio would want to take advantage of you.
Okay.
Yeah. So how did you manage to protect yourself?
You know what? I love music, and I love, making music. I love it so much. But I don't believe that I have to compromise anything about myself ever to, I don't know, get a hit song or achieve something. I feel like, it was a very hard decision walking away from my first producers, because I was like, where am I gonna go? And I'm glad I did, because then I wouldn't have met the Favis and, the Grandpas and the B-Notes, and I wouldn't have made the music that I made, which I love dearly. So now I'm 33. There's really nobody who can tell me that there's really... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But you can't shy me, I'm a grown woman, and I feel like if there's any young girls who are out there watching this and they are going through things where, hey, I'm not gonna give you studio time if you don't do this, fuck all them niggas and keep moving. I'm hoping to see more female producers actually as time goes on, and I think that would be great for the industry. I feel like that's where we're lacking, but I see Rachel doing her thing, and I hope she keeps doing her thing. It scares me. Production scares me. I just don't know how that thing works, but I keep saying I want to see more female producers, but it's also like, what am I doing about it? So I think it's something that I have to learn as well. And I think we just need more female musicians. And if there's any niggas out there, anybody out there saying, denying you opportunities and denying you music or whatever in return for, you're my English, guys.
Keep rolling. What's one?
But what I'm trying to say is, fuck them niggas. If they don't want to give you the music, leave that behind. There's so many other people out there, amazing producers who want to work with anybody and everybody, and the music industry is not just that dark, nasty stuff. And if you're in there, fuck all that shit. Leave that stuff behind. There's so many opportunities. Use the internet. Keep it moving. Take your lyrics. Somebody doesn't want to give you a song, keep it moving.
And if they give you a problem, check Mpho Sebina.
Yes, holla at me, and I will holla at them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, still speaking of women in the music industry, would you say, do you believe that women are not given a fair share in the local music industry? I'm not pointing at any genre.
Yeah, I know that.
Across all genres.
I don't know. I don't think so, because I think of all the amazing female musicians we have out here. Chama Girl, killing it. You know, she is a force. You know, she's doing her show. When is it? October.
29th of October.
Are you gonna be there?
Obviously.
We gotta be there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Botswana music industry, in terms of women, I mean, I see some incredible women killing it out there. Maxi, Chama Girl, Amanda Brown. I think we have a fair share of great female musicians. But I think in the event space, I do see a lot of posters with just dudes on the lineup, which for me is just like, that's weird. Like, what's going on? So I think in that regard, maybe I don't know what that's all about. It does seem a little bit like a boys' club sometimes.
Yeah.
So in terms of getting booked, I think we need to be booking more female musicians. They look better on posters anyway. Who wants to, you know?
And they bring more audience.
Exactly. We want to see the girls on stage, right?
So the reason I'm raising also this up is because you once vented on a poster that was a Father's Day poster. It only had men on it.
Yes.
Yeah. And after your venting, they ended up putting you being the only woman on the poster.
Yes.
So that's why I was asking if you think women have a fair share in the local industry.
Definitely not in being booked. Yeah.
And how can this be achieved?
Guys, book women, but also we need more female promoters. We need to do the shows ourselves, because obviously it's a boys' club. Then the boys are going to hire themselves and each other. So I think we need to put on more shows as women. I did with Naked Soul. I do with Naked Soul. But Naked Soul was quite tricky keeping it alive. It's so expensive putting on shows, my gosh. But I think I've learned a lot, and I would want to bring it back. And yeah, let's make our own shows, book each other girls.
All right. So going back to where you were still telling us about your musical journey.
Yes.
So now you're in the musical journey, you're recording with likes of Favi. How's the process? You're not getting your 9-to-5 salary anymore.
Sure.
I remember you even went to the extent of like performing covers.
Yes.
Yeah, take us through that phase.
The covers phase.
Yes.
I mean, for me, performing covers it wasn't a sign of me suffering or whatever. I really enjoy music, and I enjoy recreating songs that mean a lot to me. And the process of working with Favi is an intense musician, like a deep artist, you know. But I'm glad I had that mentorship at the beginning of my career, because I learned a lot from him in studio and taking your time. He's a perfectionist as hell. So that was my first, I think, introduction into like recording and stuff. So I learned a lot from him. What was the question? I should talk about the.
Just take us through that phase, like your early days in the industry, like when you're getting gigs. I remember you performing at JMC at some point,
Yes.
with B-Note on the notes, Fav on the notes, and Green P on the drums, you on the vocals. Yeah, you were wearing a blue dress by then.
At GMC.
JMC, that was
At
2016.
Botswana Craft.
Botswana Craft, yes.
I was, I think, scared a lot of the time, nervous as hell all the time. And I feel like I didn't give myself enough chance to enjoy it, you know what I mean? But I was having a great time. I was also just like, oh my gosh, what's going on on stage? But I've always had a great time on stage playing with those guys. It was always about energy and connecting and, you know, finding the synergy within each other on stage, which is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. You know, as I've worked with other musicians and played in different spaces, I do see how different people work, and yeah, that's how we worked together. It was a great time. I was very young. Okay, not that young. I was like 25. But it was great. It was great. I think I was quite a bold young lady in sticking to, what I wanted to do, because, at that time a lot of people were like, oh, why don't you make this kind of music, or why don't you do this, or why don't you do that? And I was like, no, this is what I want to make.
And you instantly became a hit when you dropped your first single, Love Lights.
Yeah.
Before you even dropped your album, it became an instant hit. Like, you're booked in different places and stuff like that. Yeah. And everyone wanted to be friends with you. Everyone wanted to be associated with you. You're now a celebrity. Yeah.
Really? I don't know, man.
I document life. I document people's lives.
Okay.
So I get to see what happens. Yeah, I get to see what happens.
Yeah.
So the reason why I'm stating this, it's such a stage, it's influenced you to doing other things, such as drug abuse and stuff like that, substance abuse. And obviously there are guys like these big boys who be like, okay, I'm seeing a hot chick here. Let me just spend a couple thousands with her, take her to Cape Town and stuff like that. Yeah, just take us through that phase also. Like, did you experience substance abuse and BlesserS?
The BlesserS. Unfortunately, I think I am not like Blesser friendly. I never got that. It was only like later on in my life where, I was dating people who would be like, I was in a 4-year relationship and it was great. He wasn't a blesser, he was just my man. And we were traveling together and stuff like that. But yeah, in the beginning of my career, I've always been afraid of drugs, I think. I have quite an addictive personality. Been trying to quit smoking for like 7 years. So I'm really afraid to try other things because I know how addiction is. I'm already addicted to nicotine. Wine is an addiction. But yeah, I'm really afraid of that. And, I've seen how it can affect people's lives. So I'm scared. I'm scared, man. I'm scared. Did I feel the pressure? No, I'm quite a stubborn girl and I stick to my ways. No, peer pressure is not my thing. I've had the same friends since high school and we're very close-knit and yeah.
Okay. So substance abuse is one thing which kills a lot of talent worldwide. What would you tell if you had to have a conversation with some of your industry peers who are facing drug addiction? What advice would you give them?
You know what? I think we all need help. Being a creative is tough for some reason, and we are up at night thinking crazy things. And I think being an artist is a lot. We all have our vices. We're all addicted to something, but I think it's very important for us to take care of our mental health. For me, that's number one. I started seeing a therapist, I think, in 2020 for the first time, which was great. So I encourage that. There's so many associations, Mo Botswana, that'll offer free counseling services. So that's my number one thing. And not to be too hard on yourself,
Okay. I'll ask you 2 questions.
Yep.
The first one, why is it important to take care of your mental health? Because you're someone who's going through therapy. Yeah. And it seems like it's working for you. And the second question is, you mentioned that people mustn't be hard on themselves, which means that people are facing societal pressure. Yeah. Why is it that we tend to put pressure on ourselves?
Bro, the society, there's just so many pressures on people to succeed and live a certain lifestyle. There's Instagram, there is now you're 30, you need to have a job and a car and a house and stuff. So yeah, there are a lot of pressures, and I feel like a lot of people are under a lot of pressure. I'm under pressure. And I feel like, the mind is where everything starts and ends. And if you take care of this, because the world is constantly changing and there's so many different things coming at you all the time, I feel like if you are okay here, you'll be able to manage change better. That's what I think. That's why I think it's important.
And how does therapy make you to balance everything?
I think it just helps you better deal with change, right? Because I feel like that's the main issue. Things are constantly changing, but as humans, I don't know why we're just always freaking out if things don't go our way. I'm not in therapy right now. I should get back on it because I feel like you shouldn't wait until you're having a nervous breakdown to seek therapy. Usually the last resort is, you are like at your end, and then you seek help. But just like you work out every day and you drink water every day, we should take care of this even when things are okay.
Would you say that our African parents, sorry to our African parents, our African elders actually, they don't understand depression and mental health related issues? Because speaking from what I've seen in different households, when a kid says that he's stressed or is whatsoever, the parents would even go to the extent of shouting at them. Would you say that our elders are not well equipped with mental health issues?
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of work to do, and we need to educate our elders and educate our parents on, mental health issues, because I feel like it's just a matter of lack of education, right? Because before we knew about mental health, we just thought, this guy's just being difficult or whatever it is, how they see depression, right? But now that we know the terms, is about educating ourselves and educating our parents, about depression and stuff like that. We are blessed to be living in a time like this where we know all these terminologies and we can Google these things and hear mental health. But during that time, there was no such thing, and I don't even think they were encouraged to take care of their mental health. So we have a lot of work to do, guys. We have a lot of work to do.
Where do we start, Mpho? You're an influential person. Like your voice is strong. So maybe if you shout out there, that's our starting point.
I try to make music that is, I try to bring peace of mind with my music. So that's where I have started having conversations with my parents, with my family. So we all need to do our part. Talk to your parents, guys. Try your best.
Try your best, guys. Try your best. All right. So moving forward, you dropped your album Nail.
Yes. My EP in 2017.
That's an EP, right? Yeah. Nail. With a lot of classical hits such as Mokoro.
Yes.
Love Lights. Black Butterfly. Yeah. So the recording process and the inspiration behind all those songs, like those are well-written pieces. Those for people who don't know, actually, the whole EP is a story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a story that you even acted on the stage.
Yes.
Theater play.
Yeah.
What inspired writing all those songs?
I'd say my biggest inspiration is life, and when I wrote those songs, I wrote No Evil when I was frustrated in my job, and I'm like, okay, but things are going to be frustrating anyway. So I was kind of writing to myself a little bit. Yeah. And in overcoming life challenges and searching for self. Yeah.
And the instrumentation is on fire.
Incredible.
But the sad thing is, it seems like you've parted ways with all the people that you worked with on that project.
Why?
We don't see you guys vibing together anymore. Really? Yeah, we don't see 5E anymore, we don't see B-Note anymore, we don't see Grand P anymore.
Yeah.
It seems like you messing around with other people.
Messing around with other people.
Yeah.
I'm an artist, and you can't box us. You work with people, you work with different people. 5E produced some songs on Laura, Thank You Very Much, the title track of my first album. So we still work together. We worked together on the Black Coffee project, the Too Late for Mama. I recorded that.
Black Coffee?
Yes, we did the rendition of
Brenda
Too Late
Fassie.
for Mama.
Yeah,
yes,
it was Black Coffee.
Yeah, it was executive produced by Black
okay.
Coffee. I worked with 5E, and I love working with 5E. He is the most talented producer ever. I work with people. Don't box me.
Okay.
Don't box me.
Okay. As someone who grew up in the 90s,
yes,
were all raised by Brenda Fassie.
Yes.
And how did it feel when you remade the music?
Shoo.
A song that was written by Chico Twala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I had done that cover before in my SoundCloud days,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So when I did that on SoundCloud, it was just like, yeah, cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure, right? So when they approached me about the project and they were like, okay, revisit that Too Late for Mama that you did. But I'm like, okay, now it's like official. Whereas when I did it in my SoundCloud days, I was having fun. I was like, whatever. But now it's like, whoa, I am releasing this officially. And the anxiety that came with it was intense. Like, it was intense. But I had to let it go. I was just like, you know what, if I die, I die. And I didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
And Chico Twala was happy, so I'm happy. You know, a lot of people loved the song. Some people were like, you shouldn't have touched that. And I respect people's opinions. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I don't think I'm really absorbing that one yet.
Did Brenda Fassie's family give you their blessings?
They didn't.
They did?
They didn't.
They didn't?
Yeah, I haven't spoken to any of the family members, so I don't know.
Okay.
I
But it's
keep
not like they're
hoping-
upset.
I don't know. I keep hoping to bump into her son one day.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It will happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it will.
I'm curious
Yeah.
to know what he
So
thinks.
that track made you, it opened doors for you actually
Okay.
in the Southern African region
Yeah.
and other countries across
Yeah.
the world.
Mm.
You've been receiving a lot of love from South Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and you've done a lot of tracks with South African artists.
A lot.
Quite a number.
3.
It's a lot of songs.
Okay.
It's an EP. That's an EP.
Okay.
Yeah. So how can I put it? How did you get to tap into the South African market?
It started in my SoundCloud days. I did those covers. I did the Lebo Mathosa cover, the Boom Shaka cover,
Yeah.
and the Too Late for Mama cover, and the internet. I guess some South Africans heard that song, and you know, they were like, they enjoyed it, and I think that's how it started. Then we started frequenting there. I had a manager in South Africa, and yeah, it all started on the internet.
All started on the internet.
Yeah.
How can the internet develop an artist in this day and age?
I love the internet. You know, it connects you and opens you up to the entire world. And I was like, what? Utilize that thing. Put your music on the internet. You never know, you know, who's on there watching, listening. And I just say keep putting your content out there.
Mm-hmm. And Mpho, it seems like when you came into this music industry thing, like you came with everything figured out. Is it because of your marketing background or what? Because, do you know what I'm saying this? There are people that started this music thing way before you.
Okay.
And they're still recording their first album.
Okay.
And yeah, you have a lot of, like your catalog is quite big.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're all traveled across the continent performing and stuff like that. So that's why I'm saying, like, maybe you had this whole thing figured out. Did you have a game plan on
Nope. When it came out, okay. At first it was just recording. We're just recording. And when I put out Now, it was put it online.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. Create some content around it, visuals. I'm a very visual person. So that was my game plan. That was our game plan. I did have a manager, but we stopped working together shortly after Now came out. We did have a bit of a marketing strategy, but it was really just the internet and a good quality product.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a rumor that has been going around, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the rumor?
Apparently, Mpho Sebina is difficult to work with.
Oh, really?
Like in terms of collaborations and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I asked myself, how is that possible? Because I know you have a song with A.T.I.
Yes.
I know you have a song with Tato Jessica.
Yes.
You've worked with a number of artists on stage with Zeus.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is it because people don't follow the proper procedures of communicating with you or what? Why is it that they say such things?
I don't know why they're saying that. I'm not difficult to work with. Okay, I am difficult to work with because you and I have been trying to do this for a long time. Is that difficult?
For the past 2 years.
Is it difficult?
No, for me, content doesn't expire. Because I know that if the more we delay, the more there's development. I just want to pick up your brain on current affairs.
Yeah.
On the state of everything that is happening.
Okay.
Versus unemployment.
Pardon?
Versus unemployment of the youth.
Okay.
Yeah. This question is not to a specific government or people.
Okay.
Yeah. But how do you think we can curb this unemployment at the moment? Looking at the fact that you still fall under the youth bracket.
Yes.
And
I got 2 more years.
Yeah, and you're someone who left her job to go and do what she loves.
Mm.
So now talk to the youth. Now we as the youth, we can eliminate this unemployment issue.
I think we need to think more entrepreneurially and create the employment. I think also we do need to collaborate more, maybe in business, joining forces to create bigger machines, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurship, collaboration. Yeah.
So, like, if you can put it into life, like how if you had to approach anyone, like, would you advise people to just approach strangers, or you have to approach people that people from your hood or anything?
Approach who you want to approach, even if it's strangers, but I feel like we need to work more on our sense of community and building together within our hoods, you know what I mean? I think that would be a beautiful thing for the country and just for us as a people.
There's a notion that black people don't support each other.
Mm.
Would you think that if you approach a fellow black person, they would return the favor, or black people don't believe in themselves?
It's a tough one, we've been through a lot, I think, as Africans, and I'll always blame colonization for any amount of self-hatred that we might have for ourselves. And we are unlearning that. I feel like we are the generation that needs to unlearn that, and I think we are unlearning it. I see a great awakening, actually, the whole world is looking at Africa right now. I mean, Beyonce is about to drop an Amapiano album, you know what I mean? So I think we are at a point where we have and realized our power, our potential, looking at, the Burna Boys is shutting down the world, which is so beautiful to see. I've always dreamed of a world like this, where we realize our power. So, what was the question?
The question was, there's a notion that
black people don't support each other.
Yeah.
I'm not going to agree to that, because I'm looking at Burna Boy right now and I'm like, Nigeria supports that boy.
Mm-hmm.
Botswana supports me. South Africa supports me. Africa supports me. And we just need to just keep supporting each other. I'm not going to say black people don't support each other.
Mm-hmm. But speaking now as an artist,
mm-hmm.
like, how do you think we can support you enough to be at an international stage like Burna Boy? I'm saying us because it seems like for the past decades it's difficult to have a local artist like be on such an international stage.
I feel like we have plenty artists here who have been on such platforms. Mopato Dance Theatre was in, where were they? Broadway. Bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like selling, going platinum, filling up venues like the national stadium, like that status. That's what I'm talking. The platinum status.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the question? When are we gonna get there?
Like, what is it that's binding, like stopping us from our artists from getting to that extent? I'm talking in terms of supporting each other as Africans.
We're a small country, we've been through a lot. We're just discovering ourselves. We're starting to love ourselves. So, yeah, we're still young. We're very young. Also, our numbers are not on our side entirely. If you look at Burna Boy and you look at how many Nigerians occupy the world, that really benefits you as an artist. So, and we are also just coming out of the self-hatred thing. When I'm looking at when I started and where we are now, and we have the Hansies and, Khoisan out there killing things. So we do have a bit of a way to go. I think it's just about keeping the quality of music high, the standards, shooting dope content, and just to keep putting it out there. I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
But would you think it's possible when like there are structures, like the royalties, the collecting societies, I won't mention names,
Yeah.
but whereby like a big artist such as Ska,
Yeah.
we all know Ska, is the biggest rap artist at the end of a certain, like I don't know if it's quarterly or 6 months whatsoever, his royalties, it's 50 pula.
Yeah.
50 pula. For Ska to get 50 pula. So is it possible for Botswana artists to grow when collecting societies are not even supporting the wealth of artists? Yeah. Yeah.
It is definitely possible for artists to grow with or without those collecting societies. How is it possible? It's not the only collecting society in the world. There are global collective societies, collection societies that you can register with and get your royalties through there if and when your music plays on those platforms. You get what I mean?
Yeah. So still on the local collecting societies, like do you mind mentioning like the biggest amount of money that you've received? I just want to say something.
I'm not registered with Cospots.
I'm not the one who said the name.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm not, but I should register.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah. So what can be done with local structures to strengthen the local arts industry?
What can be done?
Yeah.
What can be done?
Because you're someone who comes from the media, you have a media background.
I don't have a media background.
Marketing is media.
I didn't do marketing.
TV, you're doing TV, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
What can be done, Dizala? What can be done? Okay, I'm going to look at it from my own perspective. I feel like just in general, SMMEs, am I considered an SMME? Yes, SMMEs struggle in the payment structure. Not that I want my money to be fluid like this, you know what I mean? You can do a job and then you get paid 2 months later, which is so stupid. So I think that's a law thing, right? Some laws need to be changed and implemented and stuff. So that's one thing that I've been thinking about, and I'm like, I need to get together with my lawyer friends, because it's just not working and it's just ridiculous. That should be illegal. I'm sure it's illegal in some parts of the world. So that's number one. I also think what else could be done? I would say our studios are good. I've been to a few studios. Flex's studio is dope. Leroy's studio is awesome with Khatamang Lex. I don't know what else needs to be done, friend.
But we spoke of law. Like we're one of the few countries, I think, we don't even have like entertainment lawyers. So I think that's where we should start. 100%. Yeah, we don't have entertainment lawyers. Yeah. Whereby if Mpho Sebina hasn't been paid by company APC, a team can quickly go to a law firm. Yeah. And they take that client to the courts. 100%. Yeah. I had an incident last year where I had to do that with a multinational company based here in Gaborone. Oh, that company. Which one? Yeah, that one. Hey! Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So yes, highlight your lawyers, and I've been thinking about legal aid a lot because there's some crazy things that happen that I feel you can take legal action against to get what is yours. We used to put people in the boot when they don't pay us, which is now I'm just like, okay, I get it, but get legal help, right? And get your money and sue these niggas. Yeah. Point blank, period. Yeah, but just tell us about your story before we close it down. Like when you're being, don't mention the names, okay, but take us through the process that you went through.
So what had happened was this company used some of my work without my consent. So I was like, whoa, there's no way.
They used your song.
Yes, my works
Okay.
in a form, right? But
Yeah.
that was my work. That is my work, my intellectual property. So I came to realize this, and I was like, no, that's crazy. I had a chat with my lawyer friend, and he was like, that's copyright infringement. And he put the English nice for me in an email, and I forwarded it to these people, and they were like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. We don't know how that happened. How can we make it up to you? And I was like, I want this amount of money in my account. And they had to do it because what they did is illegal. And I think we need to also just risk because there's so much crazy shit that happens and rates up, and it's just like, oh, whatever. Don't let these niggas go. Because, you know, that's your work. And I feel like some people try to be like, ugh, it's just music, it's just art, but that's our bread and butter, and nobody should fuck with it, period.
All right. Mpho, before you shut it down,
Yes.
what are you currently working on?
I'm about to release a single. I hope to put it out on my birthday, July 18th. It is a breakup song. I'm trying to have a dull moment, heartbreak. I want people to cry and think about their ex and think about La Wine. It's all in Setswana, and I want to shoot I really hope to shoot a great visual for it. I want to shoot it here. And yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm also working on an EP, which I want to drop this year, you know, collaborating with female musicians around the continent. And yeah, I'm excited for that. Very different sound from me. I wonder what the people gonna say, but I like it.
You should premiere it first on this podcast before anywhere else.
What?
The jam, the song.
The song?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about it. Before anywhere else, that's an exclusive, bro.
Yeah, it should be exclusive on this podcast.
I'll think about it.
All right. Something important that I didn't talk about.
Yes.
You've had your songs playing on Netflix series.
Yeah.
Which is dope. Which is a big move.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did that become possible?
They reached out to us. They loved the song. They loved Love's Light, and they wanted to use it on their show. And I was like, for sure.
It's not the only song though.
It's not the only song.
Yeah.
Then the next season they used Dumelang. We also had America Ballet Theatre, who are currently using Laura on their. They're doing like a tour with their ballet things there in America, and they're using Laura on that, which was produced by Favi. So yeah.
Charles Motseme.
Favi Charles Motseme.
Yeah. Mpho Sebina. It was nice having you here, bro. Like, if we can do it, we can just do it like on every episode.
Do it.
Like every episode.
You must be crazy. I'm not a talker. I don't talk much, I think.
Yeah, you sing a lot.
Yes.
So there was a time when you're performing actually at Miss Botswana. That was a couple of years back. And people were asking themselves, why is it that you're not part of the girls that are contesting? And you're busy singing. So I'm asking this question because I want to know, do you have any other talents apart from singing? Maybe we can see you like acting.
I do want to give a shot at acting. I did drama in high school. That was the only A I got.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the only A I got in high school. So I would like to try my hand at acting. I do love fashion. I was supposed to study fashion, but they wouldn't send me out of the continent. And at that time, that was my main thing. I was just like, I want to get out of here and just see what's going on in the world. So I want to try fashion, acting, cooking. I am considering studying therapy because I thought that we need healing.
So if you study therapy, are you going to be focusing on people in the entertainment industry?
I don't know. I saw a course on music therapy, so I'm a bit interested in that and seeing what that means.
Okay. All right. So in shutting it down, like, what can you say to Botswana, like, and people across the world who love Mpho Sebina?
Thank you so much for your love and support over the years. It's been a crazy, scary journey, but I am in I am loving it, and I wouldn't be able to be here and do all these amazing things without your support. Batswana itlhokomeleng, ithateng, ikage, ikamogeleng. Yeah, it is well, you know, it is well.
Yeah. And we hope to see you soon when we premiere the song.
Okay. We shall talk about it.
Yeah. Mpho Sebina, thank you a lot.
Thank you. Wow, you had me talking so much.
All right. Cheers, man.